This ordinance is at the request of Kenneth Ledbetter. He owns what used to be the Russell Machine Shop, and he has purchased the property. The machine shop would be about right here. He has purchased this property going back this way. The city owns this parcel, and the city owns these two parcels. Mr. Ledbetter also owns that triangle right there at the top. As y'all know, the property was cleaned up several weeks ago, but work has still been going on out there. That work has been for the benefit of Mr. Ledbetter and in getting the drainage fixed for his property. That property line right there, there's now a pipe running down to about right there. And what we would like to do is finish running that pipe on down and closing that entire parcel off where you don't see the ditch at all. That's something that, you know, we would like to do for our piece of property to make it look better. It's not something that has to be done. It's just a looks thing and helping the value of our property.
So his property now is on the left side, ours is on the right.
His
ditch.
property, right, here's the ditch, there's his property, and there's ours. Mr. Ledbetter has talked to me and said that he spent a lot of money, and some of that money has been spent even on our side of the property line to get our drainage right too, so that his property drains into this ditch, and now our property drains into this ditch. And actually, the property on top of the hill that belongs to Speak Real Estate, it actually fixed their drainage too, where it comes down this hill right here. It didn't until he did this work, and now it drains into there too. So his request was that for all that work, he has told me that it was over $20,000 of work that he has done there. We paid about $27,000 an acre for this project, 27,000 an acre, and he spent over 20 and is asking for a half acre for all the work that he has done that has, yes, benefited his property, but has also benefited ours, and that's where this request came from.
So which lot is, you know, I don't have my glasses.
Let me come around.
Yeah.
I'm a little handicapped today. Cause I don't have my glasses, so I'm
so sorry.
So the pipe he's trying to do is he's trying to finish the pipe here.
This is our property line
Okay.
between us. That pipe is running down this property line.
Okay,
And it, from about right there on, it's open.
okay,
It's an open ditch. He's already closed this off. I don't know if y'all looked at it, see how good it looks, but it's completely level and completely closed up.
okay,
Our property across here, and it looks really good, but that's still open right there.
okay,
And Mr. Ledbetter has agreed to pay half, if we give him this half acre right here,
Okay.
he's agreed to pay for half the materials to finish the closing that pipe out.
okay, okay. So the part he's wanting is this.
Is that,
Okay, gotcha.
and it goes, it's not the most useful piece of property in the world. It goes up to this point up here on top of a hill and a bunch of pine trees where it kind of slopes almost straight up. So
Okay.
it's not something that I think that we would have any great use for ever. We would still have this 2.53 acre parcel, which connects to that half acre parcel. We would still end up with 3 acres
Mhm.
right there, which is a pretty good sized parcel to market. So
Okay.
that's where we are. Larkin has reviewed all this. I'm not saying he's recommended we do it. I'm just saying he has looked at it and he says that it's okay.
Okay,
If you choose to do it, it is okay to do it.
Now, let me ask you this question. Now, that's part of the, property that we paid, $275,000 for, is that
That
correct?
is correct, which turns out to roughly 27,000 an acre, and he has spent 20,000 of his own money and.
So that whole 10 acres is right there, where you're talking about, or is there some more? Over there?
There's 6.72 acres right here.
Okay.
Connected to this piece of property is the right of way for Central Boulevard that we didn't have
Right.
before we made this purchase, and that is 2.17 acres.
Okay.
And then over here, we would still have this parcel that is 2.53 acres, and this half acre where the church used to be that used to be a road. There's no road there now, so that really is just one parcel.
So the city has paid for the land, correct?
It is paid for.
So I got a couple of questions in.
Okay.
Number one, we didn't ask him to do the work.
We did not ask him to do work.
So, you know, it's only a half acre, but that's $13,000.
Right.
give or take.
Give or take.
And if so, Roy removed dirt from over the hill to level all that area up. I've been paying attention as I go by, I mean, I'm attracted to that type of stuff.
To level that property and to turn the drainage back into that ditch off of our property and Speaks property.
But he's also then apparently, because there was a lot of rocks on top of the hill, because I pay attention to rocks as well, so he used a lot of them. I noticed he dug up a lot of rocks, now they're sitting down there in Alexander's
Right.
in front of his, so if that's our property, our being the city, you know, so he's taking our dirt to level Kennis. The bulk of his, which was not a drainage issue for us or him, I don't know, I don't feel comfortable out there, because I didn't know we'd already paid for it, because I noticed Roy moving, it's like, all right, well, maybe he's doing this is all part of it, and it'll be after the fact, but if we've already paid for it, whether, I don't care what Kenneth pays him, that's between him and Kenneth, but if he's taking the dirt from here, the bulk of it's going in here, which isn't ours. You know, and they've done this for that as well, the so-called drainage problem. I'm not gonna say it wasn't a drainage problem,
Right, sure.
but I can't give him, I don't care what he spent, I can't give him, I should give him that half acre of land, along with Roy's, once again, stealing dirt off of our property there. And the rocks as well.
Stealing dirt might be a little harsh. Everything that he's done is pull that site down and level it up across that ditch, which some of that was ours. So, I would say stealing would be a little harsh.
You know, move it, he didn't take it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know it hasn't all, well, I mean, if it's going from our piece of property to one that's not our piece of property. That's just my concern.
Everything he did improved the looks and the value of our property, but, you know, I'm not saying he didn't take some dirt from our property and some of it ended up here, but I would say the stealing's a little harsh.
Well, but the rocks, on the other hand, that were dug out there, once again, I understand. But still, it's just the city's property. I know driving where the rocks are, because I've been driving by them every day.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Bob.
yeah, Eric, I shared that same sentiment with Al earlier, because I'm like you, I go by there every day and I look to see the progress. And before, when it was Russell, that was just a hole that was used to pump water out of there. There was no drainage issue there. And then the contractor, I'm not gonna call any names, hauled rubble out of there, filled the hole up, put about 4 inches of dirt on the top of it just to hide it, because they didn't want to take it to city landfill, would be my guess, because he didn't have to pay for it. Then sells that property to the person that owns the building in front of it. And then the city purchased the property, and then they started tearing that hill down, removing the property that's owned by the city. And as far as I know, the council's over the property and finances, and we hadn't gave permission for dirt to be hauled off city property. To improve the neighbor's property, so we went from having about a 4-inch cover on the debris that he filled in to, it looks like it's at least that deep now. To improve that property, now they want us to give them land, we took dirt off the city's property, and it, you know, the math doesn't add up. The city's getting the short end on the stick there, just like I shared with you. You know, he's taking the property off, and I don't disagree, that property does look better, but we're still gonna have a big hillside that we can't do anything done with. And it's been said that he'll come back and smooth that off and make it look better, but he also said when those bills tore down, he was gonna clean them up. The city had to buy the property to clean up, and I think it'd just be a bad taste on the citizens to the city giving the property away that the taxpayers paid money for, in my opinion.
The only thing I would say, and approved or not approved is fine. We would not let him take that stuff to the landfill because of our issues with municipal code enforcement, so. You're right, it didn't go to the landfill, but we did tell him he could not take that to the landfill.
He created a problem, is what I'm just saying, he created a problem, and now we're supposed to get land for the problem be fixed, and it's just unfair to taxpayers.
Because we have the equipment to fix our own drainage issues. That's just that's me. I know we have all the equipment and the manpower and the knowledge to do it, just because they took it upon themselves to do something. That's just, I mean, I've had nobody call me or say anything, that's just me looking at it, thinking.
What's, on the second part of that is, all right, if it is not approved,
ordinance is written as trade in lieu of payment. Does that mean we're gonna have to?
No, we wouldn't have to pay. I mean, he did that, I would say in good faith, he did it in good faith that the city would do that, but, that doesn't mean that we signed the contract saying we do it, we did not.
It's just the one doing the work at the end of the day, that's what it boils down. I mean, I think there's a lot of people, like Bobby said, you know, there's a lot of people that have a very, very bad taste in their mouth about all that has went on with that.
We're not gonna do anything, on this tonight.
It's just the first
I'd like for everybody to just go by and take a look at it. To me, the property looks better, and there was always a ditch there. Whether part of that thing got filled in and got unfilled, I mean, got dug out, there was always a ditch there that ran, where it's going now and ran across the street to where the old football field was. But, how much more has gotta be done, I don't know. I know he's still got all that gravel and everything over there he's gotta put out of the way.
Right, there would be some value in, I'm not sure exactly how much, but, the current owner had agreed that if we would do this, that he would have the materials 320 feet, I believe, to finish closing that ditch up, and that would be included in the half-acre trade, but, you know.
Sooner or later, that ditch is gonna need to be filled in, is that correct or not?
We're gonna have to weed it, you know, because we're gonna have to take care of it as an open ditch, and it's got a pretty big V there, you know, so
It's not
we
very
will
deep,
have,
it's a grade.
right, so at some point, we're gonna need to do something about it. This is an opportunity to get half of it paid for by somebody else, but that's.
Okay, I think we all need to take a look at that.
Yeah, but it's not 13 grand worth of pipe.
I have no idea.
Oh, no,
One other question, was there a clause in there since the city owns that property now? Because technically, if we own the property, we own all the concrete that he chipped up. Was there a clause in the contract that he gets to retain ownership of that? Because we own the property, then we own that as well, because it's on the property.
Was there a clause? I don't know. There was an understanding that he could sell that as he chipped it up.
Yeah.
There was certainly an understanding. I don't think there was a clause that said that, but,
It's not in writing, but it would stand in court.
right.
You know, gentleman's agreement, you know, I don't understand by that gentleman's agreement, but if he caused a problem on the city to lose 13,000 some odd dollars for half an acre, to me,
But
he's the one.
he's
that's
outside
bad.
of that. That's not, he's not a party to that. That's between the city and Kenneth Ledbetter. That has nothing to do with contract.
Contract's the one doing the work.
Not necessarily on what we're talking about finishing, that's probably the city. The city doing it with half of the cost of the materials coming from the current owner.
That was one of the questions, because, you know, it's on the property, so actually the city owns it, so if he hauls any off, we could actually hold him liable. That's all I got, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Al, appreciate it.
Okay, I just recommend that everybody go by there and take a look at that property, and then we will read that again next week and vote on it at that time, either yea or nay. Second is a resolution to award bid, 1907, annual sewer rehab project. John, you're here, you want to come up and speak on that?
This project will be the last one in our maintenance contract project for this year, so the money's already in our operating budget. And, just to, kind of rehash the CIDP, what it is, for one of you that didn't already know, is they take a fiberglass sock, I guess you could call it, force it up the sewer line, and they can expand it with steam or hot water. So we've got a brand new pipe pretty much in place without ever digging anything up, and they can do it significantly cheaper than we can. This project will cover about 28 sections, and we've selected those based on the temporary flow monitoring study we did this past winter, which shows where we've got a lot of leaks that are contributing to a lot of problems in Parish Fields area and Dobb pump stations. So that's the reason behind this. There's also a section that's going to be underneath the new culverts going to be installed, the new landfill, and some underneath the parking lots of the new municipal complex, deep and pretty rough shape.
Okay. Question for John?
I know that's doing pretty good, Tiddler, our inspector now.
Dale Howard.
Dale, yeah, he said it's helped a bunch.
Yeah,
Well, I know backside of my neighborhood, he said flow rates have been a lot better.
well, a lot better, yes.
John, how many miles will this cover? Is that a good
We're about
question?
7,000 feet, so roughly a mile and a half or so. It'll cover, for the remainder from Parish Hills around to 11th Avenue North, and then a section from, where we stopped off at Boss Road, come from Boss Road down to Sunny Level Cutoff. Just through the woods, show you on the map.
Right, yeah.
And then those other two, single projects that way.
When it come in, that white line comes in Mountain Bucks and ties in other next year's project. That's in this one, okay.
Yes, that's part of this.
I mean, y'all getting a lot.
We had a lot of leaks showing on that line from that temporary flow line. So,
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John. Tell you guys, keep up the good work.
thanks.
Next, we'll have a resolution to authorize the mayor to execute a non-federal reimbursement agreement, reimbursable agreement with the Department of Transportation and Federal Aviation Administration. Now, you want to come up and speak on that? This is work being done at the airport.
We currently got a grant going on at the airport, for a precision approach system, that's being added out there. As part of that project, the FAA wants to test that system to make sure it's working. It tells you as you're approaching for a landing, whether you're coming in too high, too low, or just right. And they want to make sure that it is doing everything it's supposed to do before they sign off on it. It's $8,800, which is reimbursable. The $8,800 is for 2 hours of flight time, $4,400 an hour with the specific equipment on board that plane to be able to determine if any adjustments need to be made or if it's working like it's supposed to. And it, of course, we got the money in our grant and it is reimbursable. So, I don't think the FAA gets nearly enough credit for the things that they do. That's 95.5 money. And, we get a lot of really good stuff done at our airport, and I'm not sure that they get enough credit for standing with us and making sure all that gets done, and gets done really well. So we appreciate what the FAA does. And they do it through the Alabama Department of Transportation. We appreciate that too.
Good deal.
Anybody else got any questions for Al while he's up here? Next, we will have comments from our mayor, comments from the financial director, and the city council, and the chairman. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and start our regular meeting. At this time, I'll ask Sister Geraldine Russell to come up, and then Chief McAllister to lead us in the pledge.
Oh, Father God, you said when we come in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Lord, for letting us have this meeting. Oh, Father God, I come in the name of Jesus. Lord, I'm asking you that remember each council, Lord. Not only the council, Lord, bless the secretary, the finance, and the treasurer. And oh, Father God, I come praying for the mail that's going on. Lord, I ask you, Lord, to bless his family in a mighty way, Lord. Lord, look down on our new man, Lord. Strengthen him where he weak and build him up where he's torn down. And oh, Father God, I come in the name of Jesus. Asking you, oh, Father God, for wisdom and knowledge. And oh, Father God, I come in the name of Jesus. Asking you, oh, Father God, to give him an understanding man, Lord. And oh, Father God, I come praying for those who are in here, Lord. Bless each family in the name of Jesus. And oh, Father God, have mercy, Jesus, on the officer in our room. Those who were shot, Jesus, just have mercy on their family, Lord. Lord, I even pray for the chief of our fire station, police station. You know, Father God, protect them from all hurt, harm, and danger. Because, Lord, they got a job, a dangerous job. But, Lord, I know you is able to defend them. Yet you Protect them, Lord. And oh, Father God, I come praying for the city of Alexander City. Lord, let love abide within all of us, Lord. Where there is love, we can get things accomplished. And where there is unity, we can get things accomplished. And Lord, you said, let us do everything in decent and in order. And Lord, you said, before we do anything, let's pray. And prayer will change things. And oh, Father God, I come in the name of Jesus. As you, oh, Father God, to have mercy right now. In Jesus' name, I do pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Everybody face the flag, please. Salute, pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As I stated earlier, there'll be no minutes for May 13th meeting. We'll review those next week. At our next meeting, which will be June 3rd. We need approval for agenda May 20th, 2019. That'll be tonight's agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as written?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda for May 20th as written.
So a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Roll call vote. Councilman Tappin?
Yay.
Councilman Colvin?
Yay.
Councilman Hardy? Yay. Councilman Brown?
Yay.
And yay for me. Public hearing, there is none. Reports from standing committee. Finance committee, I guess we're not gonna report on that. I'll report on the utilities. I talked with Ricky Waller today. I know we have I went a few weeks ago to their Lineman Appreciation Day that we had out at the Sportsplex. And then we have a upcoming June the 3rd that Amanda wanted me to read is also Alabama Lineman Appreciation Day. We just need to remember those folks during that week. Ricky basically said we weren't going to do anything special for them during that period of time. We already did it. I don't know if it was national lineman. It was, yeah, okay. So we do need to remember our linemen and our tree trimmers and all the folks out there that work with utility. And that's basically all I have is utilities. Parks and Rec, Chairman Hardy. No reports. I'm sorry, Bobby. Public safety, Mike. Councilman Tappin.
We'd like to report some good news. The police department did get one hired today, the way I understand, so now they have 5 positions open, and the fire department still has 4, so if anybody's looking for a job, we're looking to hire. That's all, thank you.
Bobby, I'm sorry, I went too far down the list. Okay, Parks and Rec, Chairperson Hardy.
No report.
Public Works, Chairperson Brown.
No report.
Buildings and Property, Chairperson Colvin.
No report.
Reports from Special Committee, there's none. Unfinished business, there's none. We'll go ahead and get into our new business with reading of ordinance 1.
This is the first reading. It's an ordinance to declare 0.46 acres of real property no longer needed for public or municipal use and trade in lieu of payment for drainage and drainage structure improvements.
Thank you, Tiffany. Like I said, that's the first reading on that. We discussed it a little bit. I'd like, once again, to ask everybody to go out and take a look at that. Be ready to, go ahead, Mike.
Just like to make one comment, just a comment off the gentleman's agreement. I just want to remind the council that several council meetings ago that there was a gentleman's agreement between some contractors and water taps, and with anything in writing, so the gentleman's agreement was not honored. And if we're going to be fair and consistent, I think that's something that needs to be looked at.
I remember that. Anyone else? Okay, number 2, resolution.
A resolution to award bid 1907, which is the 2019 annual sewer rehabilitation project for the Sewer Department to Gulf Coast Underground for an amount not to exceed $414,900 even.
Motion to, approve.
Make a motion that we approve, to award the bid.
Have a motion to approve, do we have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing
Thanks
none.
for the great job, we appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Bethany. Roll call vote, Councilman Tabley,
Yay.
Councilman Coleman,
Yay.
Councilman Hardy,
Yay.
Councilman Brown,
Yay.
yay for me. Resolution 3.
A resolution to authorize the mayor to execute a non-federal reimbursable agreement with the Department of Transportation Federal Aviation Administration.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Make a motion, we approve the resolution. Anytime you hear reimbursable, we have to approve that. Make a motion, we approve of that reimbursable agreement.
Okay, we got a motion to approve, do I hear a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second, any discussion? Roll call vote, Councilman Tapley,
Yay.
Councilperson Coleman,
Yay.
Councilman Hardy,
Yay.
Councilman Brown,
Yay.
yay for me. Comments from my mayor?
Short comments tonight. Even though we have a small crowd, I appreciate the people that do attend. You're very important. Thanks for being here. Thanks, John, for the sewer work and the plan, putting the plan together there. I also thank Sister Russell for that prayer she gave, and I would like prayers every day for the mayor and for the administration here. We appreciate the prayers. Thank you, Sister Russell.
Okay, comments from the finance director?
No comments.
Okay, comments from our assistant city clerk?
Just want to let you all know that all letters of intent and resumes for the empty seat in District 5 are due by Friday at 5 p.m. And we will interview on the 30th from 4 to 6 in the work session meeting.
That'll be next, not this coming Friday, but
But the
next
next
Friday. Okay,
Never mind, you're Thursday.
thank you, Tiffany.
Thursday.
Do what? Is it on Thursday or
Yeah,
Friday?
30th on Thursday.
Okay, well, I was wrong, I wrote it down wrong. We'll change it to Friday, Thursday.
We'll be there.
Okay. All right, comments from, city council? Councilman Tapley?
Thank everybody for coming out tonight. If I'm not mistaken, this is Public Works Week officially, so thank everybody at Public Works for what y'all do. Also went out to Blues in the Park Saturday night. It's good music there. It looked like a good crowd. So appreciate those, us wanting to sponsor everybody showing up rather. Hope we didn't have anybody showing out. And also, I forgot to mention this last week. Had an invitation for Lou Benson Barbershop Saturday a week ago for the celebrate the 30th anniversary. So I'd like to thank them for being in town for 30 years and our other downtown business for what y'all do here. Whether you've been here a month, 30, 40 years, we appreciate y'all being downtown. And that's all I have to say tonight. Just thank everybody.
Thank you, Bobby. Councilperson Coleman?
First of all, thank you all for coming out. Hope everybody has a great week. I want to thank my aunt, Miss Geraldine Russell, for providing our prayer tonight. That person is one of the main reasons I'm able to stand and say and do whatever, because she continues to pray about me, not one day, but every day. So she has brought me through 52 years. So I appreciate her, and I thank her for standing up today and saying a prayer. That's a prayer she probably does every night at home for us. She prays for this city. She prays for us. She prays for our mayor. She prays for our workers, our police officers. That's an everyday thing for her, and I wanted you all to know that that prayer you heard is something she does every day, because she really appreciates everybody in this city, and she's one of the people who made Buffy Buffy. So thank y'all for coming tonight. If y'all ever need us, let us know. We'll be happy to help y'all. I did lose an uncle last week. Asked y'all to pray for all the families that are in bereavement. I've been going through it all this year. I've lost so many people. So just continue to pray my strength in the Lord, and I will continue to pray for you all as well. Thank y'all again.
Thank you, Bethany. Councilman Hardy?
Thank you again for everyone who was able to make it out tonight and those watching online as well. I do want to kind kind of piggyback off of what Ms. Russell was saying in terms of the police officers in Auburn. I think that was something that we all can put in perspective and kind of understand exactly what our officers are dealing with on a day-to-day basis. So do appreciate everything you guys are doing. Had the opportunity to attend both the spring game Saturday for Ben Russell, which we did win against Coleman, and the Blues of the Park as well. And I saw several of the same officers there, and they had to be there about 7:30 or 8 o'clock on Saturday, and that went all the way until 9 o'clock Saturday night. So appreciate everything that you guys are doing, and I'll just ask that you continue to be patient with us as we try to maneuver through this. But Chief, to you guys, we appreciate everything, and you guys have a great rest of the week.
Thanks, Scott. Councilman Brown?
Thank you for everybody. We need to have is there a municipal workers week? You know what I mean? Because everybody, there's people that never get mentioned, that do a lot of work as well. So to all the city employees that don't get mentioned, I'm not gonna mention any because I don't wanna not mention somebody. So you know who you are, never hear your name called or your job or whatever. Everybody's important. There's not one employee that's not important. You guys and girls do a tremendous amount of work that nobody has a clue of. So thank y'all.
Hey, Eric. Only comments I have is, like I said, I'm basically cover everything everybody else has said. Glad everybody came out. Would like to emphasize once again what Tiffany said, as far as letters of intent need to be in this coming Friday for interviews for the following Thursday. Also, you see the flags around town. We've got an event coming up this coming next Monday. Need to remember what that event's all about. It's not just a time to get off work and play on the lake. Need to remember our servicemen and women who made the ultimate sacrifice. I saw Miss Barbara Sobel on the front porch this morning. She gave just a heartwarming explanation of what Memorial Day meant to her, and if you hadn't seen that, you get a chance to see it, but it was very, very good. But, that's may be it. Everybody have a safe weekend, have a safe Memorial, and that's all I've got. Anyone want to make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Got a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor, raise your right hand. We are adjourned.